And I stay dead, and when you get bored of killing me.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you
Hello,
want.
everybody, and welcome
I don't
to
ever
Dear
feel
Dana
calm.
on a
I can
Saturday
feel sweat
night.
inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a
Welcome.
string.
Come
You don't
on
understand the pain
in.
it brings. You don't ever
We are going
wanna
to
give
talk
me
about
wings.
what
You
story
don't
are
ever
you
wanna
telling
set me
yourself?
free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the
Perception
evil
changes
voodoo. Got me coming
everything.
back for more, even when I've been screwed.
And we're
Dolls
not
full
going to
of
talk
pins,
about
pierce my
like
heart straight through.
the definition of it.
I got issues in my head.
We're going to
I
talk
like you
about
in my
how it
bed, but you keep
affects
me
you
on red. Oh,
in your daily
everything is
life.
like a test. I better not
How it can
text
change
or
your
I'll come
life.
off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I
But
stay
first,
dead, baby, you'll get sick
let's
of
shake
being
out
the
all the
monster
stress
out
of the
of my
week.
head, under my bed.
Why don't we?
Think you're
Come on in.
slipping
Dear
out
Dana.
of my night.
Shake it off. Take a breath.
But if I lay down and I play
Let it down.
dead,
Enjoy
then
your
you'll
weekend.
get bored of killing
Come on
So
in.
if I play
Hey
dead,
there out in the
will you
bushes.
regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you
Hello.
understand what you're
Welcome to Dear
doing.
Dana.
And my
Come on
heart's black and
in.
blue from the bruising.
We're going to break it down.
I
We're
feel
going to
like
enjoy
when I'm
ourselves
with you, I'm
too.
losing.
With
I
some
feel
levity.
like you think that this amusing.
We're going to talk about our
Sitting
lives.
there gaslighting and
We're going to change our
confusing. Was it me? Is it me?
positions.
Am I deluded?
That didn't sound good, did
I'm
it?
the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of
We're
the
going to change
solutions.
some of our
I wish you
perceptions.
loved me like I love you.
Make
It's
things a little
stupid. When I'm
easier on
alone with you, I
ourselves.
never feel lucid. I wish I
Hey,
wasn't
Marie
struck by
Crumb, lovely. I
Cupid.
missed
I wish when
you.
I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I
Missed
feel
you.
so useless. I feel diluted. My heart's been
So
wounded.
take a little breath in
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt.
and hold it
Never really know just what you want.
and
With
release
you,
it.
I don't
Let go
ever
of
feel
everything
calm.
that doesn't
I can
belong
feel the
in our
sweat inside my
system.
palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever
Inhale.
wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
Hold it.
But if I lay down and I
Release.
play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head.
Inhale again.
Think you're
Deeply.
slipping out of my night.
Hold it.
But if I
And release through your mouth.
lay dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing
Just shake it out of your body. Even if you have to do it sitting.
Then will you get bored of killing me?
Okay, I'm about to stop the song even though it has a good vibe. Don't want to keep it running too long.
Then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me?
Okay, I don't want to keep it too long because people might pop in and go, hey, I didn't pop in to see some lady dance in her chair. Welcome to Dear Dana. Hello, Miss Marie Crumb. So happy to see you. Everybody, this is Dear Dana. I'm a trained psychotherapist. I do hypnosis, guided meditation. We talk about healing, everything on down. I don't do, how do I say it? I don't do psychotherapy on the channel. If you need psychotherapy or mental health help, please contact someone local to you and get therapy. Therapy is great. Even psychotherapists have to do therapy. Hello, Stacy B. And Paranormal Witch. Yes, please be you. Even psychotherapists have to get therapy so they don't project their own stuff onto their clients, which is smart. You don't want a psychotherapist that's going through it at home to be passive aggressive or project their own stuff on you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want a psychotherapist that's mad at their husband, taking it out on you. Trust and believe, you don't. But on here, we talk about psychology, spirituality, social commentary, pop culture, healing, we talk about afterlife, grieving, the whole gambit. If it is about you having a better life, talking about your trauma, getting rid of things that aren't for your greater good, baby, we talk about it on here. We do. But today, we will be talking about perception. Shay B and Marie and Miss Willow, so happy to see you. We will be talking about perception. I was going to try to talk about something else today, but you know what? I got, yes, therapy is cool. Therapy is cool. And I highly recommend it for everyone from time to time. I do, I do, I do. It just helps you release and relieve and understand yourself better. And sometimes your family better and what belongs to you and what does not belong to you. And relief and release trauma. I'm trying to get a friend of mine on. Um, I'm I'm going to. It is on my Instagram sometime in October for a week free. There is going to be a trauma, online trauma retreat type of thing that is free to everybody. I'm going to put the link. I'll have to do it later after the video to try to get the link. I put it in my stories on Instagram. His name is Brian Smith, and I've had him on before. He does Grief to Growth on YouTube. We met in Helping Parents Heal online. He is wonderful, and his wife is too. It's going to be free for a week. I highly recommend it. It's about releasing trauma. But anyway, I will put it down later. I don't think I'd probably be too much dead air trying to find it right now, but I did put it on my stories on Instagram. It's there right now. If anyone has Instagram and you want to look, he talks about when the program is in October. But today we're talking about perception, and I didn't want to do it in this is what perception is. And if you flip the picture this way, it looks like a duck. And you flip it this way, it looks like a rabbit. No, that's not the way I want it to break it down. I mentioned it briefly Wednesday. And the weird thing is, I was going to talk about, I got a hair in my face. Ugh. So much hair, so little to be able to do with it. You can't do much with this kind of hair. You can't. But anyway, hello in the bushes too. You know I love and appreciate you. Somebody said, you don't always know if the ones that are in the bushes like you. That's okay. I send you love and light from the universe. I sure do. So if you don't like me, or the H word, that's okay too. Because whatever pain or dislike you're dealing with for me, I still send you love and light from the universe that you get the healing that you need. I do. Because, that's not my issue. And I hope you get the healing you need. I like you very much too, Miss Willow. Like I said, I was going to do a whole different topic. And woo, I was getting different signs. Hey, Shelly Marie, be careful driving. I was getting sign after sign after sign about perception right in my face. And I was like, okay, perception it is. Perception it is. And Shoeless, if you happen to be in the bushes, I hope you come up. I hope JC Bear comes up. I told him anytime he is not living his best life, he is more than welcome to come in here. We love us some JC Bear hugs. But I mentioned the other day, I was out with my mom, and this lady was like, my mom always to the T when she leaves the house. Because when she goes out shopping or she goes to the store She goes to the grocery store. She goes out. And look, my mom goes out to the stores. That is her social hour. She likes to talk to anybody shopping, any stranger shopping that she gets eye contact with. That is my mom. Any stranger shopping she gets eye contact with. That is social hour for my mother. This lady was like, "Does it make you feel better?" Yeah, to get all dressed up, made up, all that stuff? Or do you, how did she say it? Do you do it to feel better about yourself, or does it just make you feel better? Woo, it got all over my mama. And my mom was like, "Well, look at her," to about me. Girl, I had tennis shoes on. I had tennis shoes, shorts, and something that was not a t-shirt for once, and my glasses on. I was not dressed up. I had on some lipstick that was wearing off. And the lady says, "Well, she's a lot younger than us." And that lady was probably in her 60s. My mom is older than that. But it just got my mom's dander all up. And I was like, "Mama," she goes, "how old do you think she was?" I said, "Maybe 60." I said, "You're older than that. That's a compliment." But she said that to me. I said, "Mama, it's probably because the lady's too tired. Her hair wasn't fixed. She had no makeup on. And she just felt like she couldn't get her energy up to do something like that. It was a compliment. You took it all backwards. You're getting all in a tither all over nothing." But she said, "I got some $4 French fries," and she goes, "Well, I just can't spend money like that on French fries." I said, "Because Mama, she might be broke as a joke, and she can't. I wasn't going to spend $4 on a bag of fries from Dollar Tree." She goes, "Well, I did because I love them." I said, "Well, good. You can eat 2, 3 times off of it. It'll be gone like that in my house." Mama, it's perception. Switch your perception, and you won't be all tittied up like that. It's all perception. Flip the script. Flip it. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Some people are wired, looking to get angry. Shay says, "It's so funny. You are describing my mother to a T." Which part? The one about getting all tanked up, or just dressed up in public socializing? Paranormal says, "I never dress up. My mom's always disappointed." That is two different, you come from two different places, two different generations. My mom will say things sometimes too. Especially when Noah was here, I would run out in the t-shirt and shorts and tennis shoes. My mom was always dressed to the T. Eden says she dresses like she's, one of those women off the movies from the 50s. Faces made up, hair's done, clothes are all, you know, like they're going to the grocery store and they're all made up. Willow says, "Mom will never want to go out with me unless I'm all dressed up. When I wear a shirt and jeans, she's disappointed." Well, guess what? Mom's going to have to get over it. She'll probably still go out with you. She's going to have to just get on over it. Right? Let's see. Somebody sent me something. I might have to put my glasses on. I just don't know. You know, you have to be who you're going to be, baby. You have to be who you're going to be, right? You have to be who you're going to be. I see the words. I see the words. I don't see a photo though at the moment, but I see the words. I see the message. Sounds like someone I know. I see the message. It does sound like someone I know. Yes, I do. Sounds like someone I know. But it's different generations, right? When I was growing up, it was rare occasion I got to pick out my own clothes. What does that tell you? I had to be dressed a certain way. But my dad let me pick out my own clothes one time, and it cost more than my mom thought it should. He said, just pick out what you want. And it was when everybody was dressing a certain way at high school, and you know how that goes. You want to fit in, right? You know you're going to pay every bit of that back. But part of it was she didn't get to control what I wore. So by the time I got to college, I was like, unless I'm going somewhere, I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to be comfortable. She thinks people in the store think I look like a Hollywood monster. Look, we got to be ourselves. But here's the thing, when we don't know somebody and you're looking at someone, how often, and let's be honest, do you look at someone and you perceive them to be a certain way? You perceive them to be a certain way until you get to know them. You perceive them to be a certain way until you get to know them. Right? People have perceived me to be a certain way until they got to know me. Um, Part of the reason may be if I go somewhere um, and there's a big crowd of people and I don't know them, I'm polite and nice, but I will have the tendency to be quiet. I'll have the tendency, believe it or not, I'll have the tendency to be quiet if I don't know a lot of people or any. I'll have the tendency to be quiet, which my mom labels serious. And here's the other thing, I know funny when I see it. I do know funny when I see it. I know talent when I see it. Um, it's not saying, hey, she's the thing. I just have this certain inside of me. And if I just recognize it, right? It's not like I'm special or I recognize it. And look, I will tell you, my brother's funny as hell, especially when he loosens up. He's funny. He can be a little serious, but he can be easygoing. But when he loosens up, he is funny as hell. But, that's not his thing. He's a little self conscious. But when I see somebody on stage and they're doing comedy, I will know who's going to make it, who's going to make it through. If I hear new artist, just intuitively, I will know who's going to continue on. Maybe it's because my dad was in radio. Maybe it's because I worked at record store. Maybe it's because I'm intuitive. Who the hell knows? Sorry for all the hell tonight. I can remember years and years ago, um, when I was very, very young, and Madonna came on the radio, and I was living, back home with my parents, and my mom saw the video of her, and she was like, she's disgusting. She's never going to make it. And I was like, Mom, she's going to be big. She's going to be big. She's like, you don't know what you're talking about. She's never going to make it. Well, guess what? She did. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate you so much. And, my mom always made me feel like, um, put it this way, I always stood in her shadow. And I always kind of never wanted to really work too hard to become like everybody else. A lot because I had the weird gifts, and try as I might to shove them away. Here's the thing with gifts: if you try to shove them away, put them in a box, lock them down, just like with anything else that is special about you, and I can say special now because I couldn't then, didn't want them, made me feel weird, or how do I say it? I thought they were more like a mental health problem. The harder you try to lock something that's unique about you down, it's going to slip out of the crevices somewhere like a naughty child. Best way I could put it. The more you try to lock things that are unique about you down, they're going to creep out at the most inopportune times when you do not accept those aspects of yourself. Does that make sense? A lot of the times we shove it into our shadow selves. Gifts, even. We will slip into our shadow selves, try to shove it away, put it away, box it up. Because we perceive those things as bad, wrong, not acceptable, because someone or something has told us that makes us not valuable, not worthy, not accepted in societal circles, not part of the norm, not part of what people value as okay, or what has come down the line over time. But things change, just like we talk about the mothers, right? The mothers grew up with certain aspects of what their mothers thought to be what should be done. What should be done when you went out into society. I grew up with my mother. You don't walk out of the house without lipstick on. Seriously. You do not walk out of the house without lipstick on. Southern woman. I grew up with women that by the age of 14, they were training you how to wear makeup. I kid you not. How to apply cosmetics. Yep. And my mother was like, "Oh, you're white like your father. You're white like your father. Good thing you're a girl, because if you couldn't wear some makeup, you'd be awful plain because you would fade out because you're so white. You're white like your father. So fair skin, and you're yellow. You have yellow undertones. Good thing you can wear makeup because you're so plain." So you create all these perceptions, and you create perceptions of yourself and people around you. So you grow up looking at people trying to wonder, what are they thinking of me? So then you begin, hmm, what do I think of them? What do I think of them? And if anyone here watching can say, I've never been that way, I have to question you. I have to question you. Because that's something that you have to break the cycle of. Because, honey, I had to go to a lot of school and a lot of therapy and do a lot of self work to break myself out of this. Because I live a life, I mean, that was as a kid and a teenager. I've done a lot of spiritual awakening and spiritual work and everything else. And it's not that I have never been triggered by if someone started coming after me in some way. I had to revert to self work. But in general, I live a life of just focusing on doing the next right thing. And if I've gotten triggered before, I've just stepped back, do self work. I'm not going there. Because at the core of me, at the very core of me, I just want to help people. Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's see what the chat is saying. Uh, I used to be goth. Kids are younger now. I'm a t-shirt, pajama, and pants. Mom want me to dress up to find. Mom wants you to dress up to find your mate. There's a time and a place to dress up. If you're being a mom doing everyday things, probably not the time. You have to do you, boo. Do you, boo. Do you, boo. Thank you, Marie Crumb. My mom loves flower dresses and I like my black clothes. Well, at some point, look, I went into a black phase. At some point, you'll deviate when you want to. Now I have a lot of anxiety and stuff, so I can't dress up to please people. I wear what I want. If you get to a point where you date, you'll wear what you want. Shay's like, that's me. I watch my surroundings and I'm people watching. Now look, I'm gonna tell you, if I go to a park and I'm sitting on a bench, now I don't want to watch them like I'm stalking them, but I like to watch people and think about who they might be, what kind of life they might have. That's fun. Just, try to figure out what it might be like. I'm a people watcher like that. So I get what you're saying. I like that. Marie Crumb says, I'm in the same generation as your mothers. I never leave the house without my makeup and dress nice. It is from working at department stores. I get that. And it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Classic and elegant, and there's another word I'm looking for. Like the movie stars. I can't think of that word. It's driving me crazy. So at one time, all the women did. Look, my grandmother's, and you're not my grandmother's phase, but my mom watched them, and they were always, they dressed like, the movie stars did coming out. So I get it, maybe the women should do it more now. But it's such a different age. But you like watching it. Maybe that's why people like watching um, movie stars, right? When they're wearing the classic lines and they're going to the award shows. That's my mom too. I couldn't leave without makeup, so I always wear black lipstick and liner. Are you saying, okay, mom, I'll wear it, but look, Hollywood and elegant and classy. Because let me tell you, my grandmothers looked like, and I'm not just saying it, looked like movie stars. Seriously, they looked like movie stars, especially my dad's mother. Looked like a movie star. I mean, she kind of reminded me of a little bit, a little bit. I don't know if it's on my phone or not. She kind of reminded me of what's her name on Gone with the Wind. I know it was on my other phone, but unfortunately, I mean, on my other Insta, that one got, you know what happened to that one. I'll have to look for it. I'm not going to sit here and look for it and go, oh, dead air, dead air. But I'll have to pull it next time and let you all see it. But she had like blue black hair and crystal blue eyes. And she was tall and yeah, she was beautiful. But anywho, and she actually lived to be about 96 years old. I lost her the year before Noah passed. The year after my dad died, and the year before Noah passed. Yeah, but she had blue black hair. My dad had blue black hair. And they both had crystal blue eyes. Yeah, sometimes people can't afford to look nice because everything's expensive. But you know what? Sometimes you can take the clothes you have and fix your hair and fix your face and make things look expensive with the least of stuff. But when I'm talking about perception, you can walk out of your house and have a negative mindset about things and think the world is against you and nothing good is going to happen to you. And what is the point of things? And have that glass half empty mindset for the most part. And when you go out into the world and you look at people, if you're going for a job, if you're experiencing the environment around you, right? Everything you do is going to be crappy because you're already walking into everything you're doing with that energy. You're walking into everything you're doing with that energy. So, what you put out is what you're going to get back. What you put out is what you are going to get out. Get out. What you're going to get out. What you're going to get out, baby. You're seeing through non objective lenses. You're giving nothing a chance. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're seeing through non-objective lenses. Shaby says, low-key interested on people behavior and their mannerisms. That's like body language. Body language is so cool because people can be acting a certain way because they want to send a certain message. They want people to believe a certain thing about them, right? They give a version to people. They give this version they want people to see. They want people to believe. I love that. Look, with me, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. Now, at home, that doesn't mean I can't get irritated when somebody does something like, for instance, I got a trash can. My husband, my husband and my daughter will fill up the trash can, and then they'll put empty cereal boxes, empty drink boxes, empty milk jug, like beside the trash can because it's full. That irritates the crap out of me. Take the trash out because it's bigger. The bag is bigger than the trash. Take it out. Put the other stuff in the bag. Get a new trash bag. Happens over and over. It irritates the crap out of me. So I do get irritated sometimes, okay? I don't yell and scream about it, but it irritates me. But most of the time, I'm easygoing. But my point is, let's get back to, I digress. I made a note to myself and you. To myself and you. I love it when people, Eden and my Dana are gangster. Oh yeah. Um, have you ever seen people that will give you a version of themselves that they want you to see? They'll give you a version of themselves they want you to see, and you can tell they're doing it. You can tell they're doing it. Or those that are keen on body language and crap, you can tell they are doing it. And you're just watching them. They're giving you a version of themselves that they want you to see. They want you to believe that that is just them, right? They may be doing it because they want to fit in. They may be doing it because they want a certain job and they're trying too hard. Bless them, bless their heart. They're trying too hard. So they're giving you a certain version of themselves. And look, let's give this a little grace. Let's give it a little grace. To some degree, and we can be genuine and down to earth as we can be. We all have certain versions of ourselves with different people. We are one version of ourselves to a certain degree with our parents because we're their kid no matter what. So we're still going to be their kid no matter how old we get. And we're one version of ourselves with our siblings because they're still our siblings we grew up with. So we've known them since we were tiny. And we are another version of ourselves with our friends. And we are another version of ourselves to some degree at work because we can't cut completely loose. We have to be professional. The only time we can be completely, we might can be that way with our friends and at home. When do you feel in a chat you can be completely 100? Now, I have to admit, short of saying, I don't really say a lot of bad words, but I do say some. But short of, hmm, I'm pretty much myself here because I'm doing the live at home. I mean, I'm pretty much myself here. And I'm at home, I'm completely myself. When do you feel like you can be completely just you? 100. You know, if I'm doing work with a client, I'm pretty much myself, except I have to be professional and not cross certain boundaries. And I'm myself with students, but I can't cross certain boundaries. Well, I said she's herself here and at her apartment. Good. Yeah, 100% at home. Shay B, are you still here, darling? And I'll throw the link for anybody that wants to come up. Where are the guys tonight? Did they not want to speak about perception? It's an all girls party kind of night. By the way, how are you liking your job, Willow? It's an all girls party kind of night. You know, there are a lot of people that bully people to give the perception that they're someone they're not. Out of fear. Out of fear. So they can build up a version of themselves. You will see people get involved in a lot of drama, and darkness, out of fear, out of anxiety, out of insecurity, to show a certain version of themselves. You're still at school, or just because they like it. You're sorry for what, Shay Shay? You're sorry for what? When do you feel like you can be completely yourself, Shay? Miss Shay B. Shay, are you on Insta? Are we connected on Insta? Oh, yeah, we are. Duh. Sorry. I had a squirrel moment. Forgive me. You know, we so many times we see the world through a sense of detachment. We're looking through phones and social media and television and trauma and parents and religion and society. And we have been built up to look at everything through judgment. Through judgment. When does the world get an opportunity to look at everything purely through our own sense of self? To make a clear and present mm, perception based on just us. Oh, honey, I know. You've got a stroke for worrying, so I need to take it easy. How are you feeling, Willow? Have you recovered from everything? I mean, you've got full use of your arm now. Oh no, I'm very sorry, Willow. I hope you have filed for unemployment. Did they lay you off because of the stroke? They shouldn't have been able to do that. They should not have been able to do that. Perceiving is believing. Girl, believe it or not, I throw the F bomb sometimes, but I have to have stumped my toe, done something really dumb, but I do throw the F bomb sometimes. I don't like to, but sometimes I do. But back to perceiving is believing. How many on here, let's be honest, honest, view the world primarily through negativity, primarily through negative lens? And it affects the quality of your life. I'm still traumatized and I can use my arm fine. I'm just doing a lot of spiritual work and I'm going to school and I have a test on Tuesday. They laid me off because of a government contract. I am very sorry to hear that. Can you file for unemployment, Willow? Can you file for unemployment? I would think you would be able to. I'm glad that you can use your arm fine. That means you're recovering well. And it was a temporary thing. They should have been able to administer a drug that would reverse it quickly. And I'm glad that your face was not affected. That means that it was, for the most part, minor. And did they give you any recommendations to be able to stop it in the future? I know alleviate stress. I highly recommend meditation. Yes, I'm glad you came on too. I'm sorry your plans were canceled, Shay. Very sorry your plans were canceled. But again, how many of you, let's be honest, on a day-to-day basis, kind of view things negatively, where it does affect and stress your days? Affect and stress your days. Rather than trying to flip the script and perceive it differently. I mean, like in friendships and relationships too, it's really easy to get triggered. Look, it's easy to get triggered on a chatting. If you don't know the tone someone is relating something to you, it would be easy to me to get triggered on a chat if you don't make sure the person knows the tone you're talking to them in. That's very good, paranormal. It's also good to do affirmations. Hey, Miss Shelley. You do, Shelley? Good. Perceiving things, walking in and perceiving things negatively, and as we talked about before, carrying guilt, that's part of perceiving things negatively. First of all, it makes you resonate so low. You have to bring that up. I know people think that's woo woo juju shoo shoo. It's not. You have to bring those hurts up, resonate higher. You do that breath work. Rub your hands together. I know that sounds crazy. And I may try it for a minute tonight and just humor me. Humor me, people. Humor me. those sitting, my lovely, lovely ladies, it's girls' night tonight. It's girls' night. Except for people sitting in the bushes, and I love you anyway. And if you hate me, I'm sending love to you anyway. I'm going to send love to you anyway because I'm not going to live my life like that. I'm not going to live my life with hate. Let me tell you why. Life is short. I'm not going to carry around hate, animosity, negativity. Not going to do it. Because I could walk through the door to the other side tomorrow. Hopefully not. It's not my time. It's not my time yet because I got things to do. I'm not going to put out that energy, surround people I love with that energy. Nope, nope, and nope. Not going to do it. Because I know what's on the other side. I've seen it. Don't care if anybody believes me because I know what I saw. You have to raise that energy. You want to live a better life. You want to perceive things better. First of all, it's a choice. It is a choice. It is a choice. If you've done something to be guilty about, make amends. Let it go. If that guilt is not yours and it belongs to someone else, give it back to them. Let it go. Do the work. Let it go. Go to therapy. Let it go. It's not yours. Shay says she does 50-50. This is where people need to work on themselves on the daily. If they're not, you're not living the life you deserve and you need. There's so much still. Look, there's a lot of crap going on in the world. But you can choose to weed through things and still find good in life. You can choose. It's your choice. You can help people and you can still look for the beauty in life. Your perception makes a world of difference. Let me tell you why. Let me give you a little story here. Let me give you a little story. You know, this is true. You want to buy a car, and you go to buy a car, right? I got let it go, let it go. Da 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 da. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the snow come on. The cold never bothered me anyway. Okay, enough singing, Dana. You go to buy a car, and let's say your favorite car is a white Jeep, just pulling one out of the sky. And you finally go and buy that white Jeep, so excited. And you bring it home, okay? And then all of a sudden, you're seeing white Jeeps everywhere. And you're like, what the hell? How come I'm seeing white Jeeps everywhere? Before I wasn't seeing white Jeeps everywhere. But guess what? You're seeing white Jeeps everywhere now because of your perception. It's your perception. It opened up. And now you notice all the white Jeeps everywhere. And you notice all the white Jeeps everywhere. Hey, Nikki, sweetheart. Now you notice all the white Jeeps everywhere. It's a twofer. I'm going to tell you why it's a twofer. Your perception opened up. Okay? You chose. Your perception opened up to a white Jeep. Number one, psychologically. That's science, baby. Your perception opened up. Number two, You resonated higher. That's a spiritual thing. That's a spiritual thing. So you've got science, you've got spirituality. Okay? They're not separate. All of these things, people want to separate religion and science and spirituality, all the things together. There's no separation of all that stuff. So you choose to change your perception and raise your energy, which is the plus side of things. You can feel it when it's raised. When you want to get a car, you're excited. Your emotions are raised. You're excited. You're resonating higher. You're excited. That's what resonating means. Your energy's amped up. Your perception is focused, right? Everything changes around you. And you chose. You chose. So that's when life feels better. Can you control everything in the universe? No, no, no. Because there is something bigger than you. The creator. There's something bigger than you. But ultimately, it's your choice. You can choose to do that. You can choose to do that. Or you can choose to go out in the world going, everything sucks. Everyone's bad. Everyone's doing bad things and everyone judges everything. HATE, the world. Do you feel the heaviness going down when I say that? And guess what? Your life's going to suck. Or you can go, whoa, now I bought a purple car, and that's a really weird color. Guess what? I saw another purple car. And man, I love my purple car. And you know what? I think I want to do this for a job. I'm going to go out and do what people don't want to do, and I'm going to go out and help special needs kids. People don't want to do that. I'm going to go do that. And then all of a sudden you meet somebody else that wants to do something like that. You've never heard of that. The world has an unusual, or let's say the creator, sense of humor. But sometimes bad things happen. Do we understand it? No. Do we understand it? No. But sometimes things are about perception. Sometimes things are about perception. What do you want to do with yours? Right? Your kid may come in with a kid that, by the way they dress, you're like, I don't want you hanging out with that kid. They're bad. And you don't know that kid. You don't know that kid. But you're making the assumption they're bad because of how they're dressed. When the truth of the matter it might be, this kid helps other kids, had a rough life, makes great grades, and is one of the most positive influences you might ever meet on your kid. But you made the judgment simply because of how they're dressed that they're bad. Who do you choose to be? Perception. Who do you choose to be? Hmm. And here's the thing. I don't know Meghan Markle from a hole in the wall. I don't. I've never met her. I haven't. Initially, when they got married, they interviewed friends and people that she worked with on Suits, and they had nothing but wonderful things to say about her. I don't, I'm not like saying, oh, I love Meghan Markle. I don't know her, never met her. I only see all these things you hear on mainstream social media. Okay? It could go either way. What I do notice, especially since Queen Elizabeth passed, which that should be the primary focus, is there was a lot of media. If she breathed wrong, if she stood wrong, if she smiled wrong, if she glanced wrong, which was just utter stupidity. Utter stupidity. Which made me begin to wonder, whoa, whoa, what is this really about? What is this really about? There was too much focus on her during Queen Elizabeth's funeral processes. Too utter stupidity. When I recently heard they were saying Harry got 5 minutes notice when she died, and I recently heard on some officials that work at the palace said the truth is he found out on media reports that she passed that they didn't actually even call him. And these were officials from the palace that actually told that worked for Queen Elizabeth. And they no longer work for her because she's dead. That they didn't even bother to call him. He found out in the news. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not taking sides because I don't know everything. I don't know Meghan. I don't know Harry. I don't know Charles. I do know Charles said that comment about what color the babies were going to be. Okay. Um, I'm from what I heard. Okay. What is the word that you use? It's not in my opinion. And from what I heard, not the word you use. From what I understand, from what I heard from some source, that's not the word I use. Okay. From what I understand, it was him that said it. Okay. I don't have the receipts. My point here is everybody's got an opinion just like everybody's got a butthole. I believe there's a lot more underlying all of this. and the media is putting out what versions they want you to hear. Okay? There's all these different perceptions. I no longer trust mainstream social media. What perceptions do they want us to believe? What perceptions do they want us to believe? I also saw where they said someone from the palace, an article from a royal that worked there, someone from the palace said that, and as much as I like William, from what I can see, and his wife, said that William planted stories about his brother because they're trying to ban him putting any kind of book out. So, what do you believe? There's all these different perceptions. All these different perceptions. If he puts a book out, it can make them look terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So the worse they can make them look, Harry and Meghan. Do you understand what I'm saying? The more out and the worse they can make them look, the safer everybody there is. The more pressure they can make Meghan look and the worse they can make her look, the more divisive it can become. So maybe they split up. Maybe she breaks away and says, maybe you're better off if I divorce you. If she is a good person, we don't know. They're trying to make her look like a narcissist and a bad person. I don't know if she is. I don't know if she is. There's a body language guy that's way too invested in this, that's doing stuff about her that's not body language vested. You know, I usually like him. But when I saw that, I was like, whoa, dude. You're doing content that's not even body language vested. It's notes from somebody. I mean, you know, I don't know her. She might be bad. I don't know. But you're seeing a thing that's all perception. It's perception. So, you know, I thought about doing a William and Harry thing. I thought about doing content on the palace and all of that, what's going on. Because it's perception. The Queen still fully loved Harry, accepted him with open arms. Had a picture of Harry and Meghan during one of her last interviews behind her, along with some of the others. Perception. You've got that perception, and then you've got all this going on with the journalist. What say you? What say you? Then you've got all the bad mouthers. What say you? You have enough people saying bad things. What do people perceive? Do you see the power of perception? When people fail to think for themselves, everybody goes for the gang mentality. What about on YouTube, even? What about on YouTube? People gather, they gather for the drama, for the intensity, for the people going back and forth, yammering and jacking each other up. I can't do that. It takes my energy. It feeds off my energy. It affects my household. People like to watch it, and they get fed into it, and it's like a boxing match, but it's very negative. Perception. Your choice. Your choice. Where do you want to go with your perception? And then what is your perception of yourself? When you look in the mirror and you look, do you ever go like 4 inches from the mirror and look into your eyes? Not even at your face. I mean, look into the mirror. Look into your soul. Have you ever tried to look into your soul and really deeply perceive who you are? Perceive who you are. And even go 4 inches from the mirror and go, I love you. You are worthy. I love you. You are worthy. You make a difference. 4 inches from the mirror. Not to look at your face, to look inside your soul. I love you. You are worthy. You make a difference. Let me tell you, you do that every day, 4 inches from the mirror, look into your soul, you will feel it in a different place. You will feel it in a different place. Even if you don't believe what you're saying, it goes into an unconscious place. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you do it for 3 weeks. Willow, I honestly want to believe that you do what you're saying. I honestly want to believe that you do what you're saying. I get mixed messages from you sometimes. I do. But I would love for you to do that exercise to get 4 inches from the mirror where you're looking straight into your eyes. And for you for 3 weeks to say, I love you. You are worthy. You make a difference. Every day. What it takes, 8 seconds? 4 inches from the mirror. I love you. You are worthy. You make a difference. I would love anyone watching this video to do that for 3 weeks. Seriously. Seriously. I have a teenage student that I know for a fact because I know her that took me up on it. And just her whole demeanor when she comes to me is so different. Her body language, the way she sits, to everything. So, so different. So don't don't uh don't believe me. Don't take my word for it. Try it. What was that, Shay? It's so what on so? I don't understand that. I'm asking you to not believe me. Try it and let me know. If you don't want to do it publicly, you can DM me. But try it and let me know. And here's another one that you can do. This isn't what can be perception in some way. And I've mentioned it before. If you have a partner, someone you date, your spouse, or whatever, for 4 minutes, I've mentioned it before, it can be very profound. For 4 minutes, sit at a table or sit across from them and don't deviate. Yes, she has a beautiful heart. Willow does have a beautiful heart. For 4 minutes, look your partner in the eyes and just keep looking at their eyes. Look, you can set a timer. Keep looking at each other in the eyes. And when you keep looking at each other in the eyes, it there's something unusual that happens. There's something unusual that happens. It's eye contact experiment. I highly recommend it. Things happen between you that you just don't expect. But I really challenge everybody to maybe journal about your perception. Journal about your perception of things. Think about how you perceive things in your world, what you need to work on, how you can shift it. Emotions connected to how you perceive things can vastly change how things will occur in your life. Almost magically, in a way. It's not magic, but it will feel like it. Just by actively working on how you perceive things. It's your choice. It is your choice. If you wake up and say, I am going to work on perceiving things differently, and when someone speaks to me, instead of just automatically taking it in a negative way, I'm going to try to think of it differently and see if they might have meant it this way. And if you are around people that you know are just trying to hurt you, don't be around those people. I'm asking you, why would you be around people that you know would be actively trying to hurt you? So many times people are judged by the people they hang around. If you're hanging around people that are not good people, then you need to take a look at your life and go, why? Why? Why would you be around people that aren't good people? Unless they're family and you can't do anything about that, right? So just take a look at your life. There are things you can very well just shift it. Shelley says, sometimes you have to be around these people, i.e., work. Yeah, sometimes you have to be around those people at work. During that time, I would highly suggest this is what I do. If I have to be around that person because it's work, I know this sounds hokey, but this is me. It's just me. Look, this is just me. I'm not telling you have to do it. I say a prayer and of course, I ask my angels to surround me with a cocoon of protective white light. And it just happens to help me because you have to ground yourself and you have to protect yourself. I actively, if I know I'm going to be around someone that is going to have negative energy, I ask to be surrounded with a cocoon of protective white light, like clockwork. And if my daughter's with me, look, from the time we were laughing the other day, from the time she was very young, I would hold her hand, we would do a protective prayer, and it would be surrounded with a cocoon of white light. And yes, on hand, I never leave home without it. I have selenite. I have selenite. I have selenite. I always have selenite. Everywhere I have selenite. If I can wear it around my neck, I have selenite. Always. I highly recommend selenite. Selenite, selenite. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Selenite, selenite. And if all else fails, this is going to be hard. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's going to be tricky. If all else fails, okay, sorry, folks. Then I have to shapeshift. You get what I'm saying? If all else fails, I have to shapeshift. Whew. I sent it to Willow the other day. I do a white light protection prayer in the mornings. I love that, Shelly. Doo, doo, doo. But I don't think people realize what a huge thing perception is. Listen to Shelly. I have selenite around my neck at the moment and in my bra right now. Haha, left side, receiving side. Your left side is your receiving side. They say you are the company that you keep. That is very true. You absolutely are the company you keep. And here's the thing, the more spiritual work you do, the more spiritual you become when you are around negative or dark energy. It is almost physically painful. I know that sounds weird, but it is almost physically painful. Hey there, Renee Ron. Thank you. Yes, I almost forget. Why do I always forget? Please support this channel. It's a free way to support the channel. Please hit the like button, subscribe. It costs nothing, and share. Just share. If there's someone that you know that could use the message tonight, please share with a friend or foe. Please share, share, share. It's nice to see you, Renee Rod. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, also, does anybody want to recommend a time if this is inconvenient? I think I'm hitting about the time that other people are going live that are my friends, the creators. Because I think that I'm hitting at weird times now, at competing times. Because what I'm finding is I'm a little low in the chat, and then people come back after the fact, watch the replay, and hit everything. So, yes, have a good night. But I sure do appreciate and love everyone. I do, I do, I do. Oh, and if you haven't seen it, the last short I put up was of the white beluga whales. I don't know if you got to see it. They are so beautiful. I had a hard time leaving. I was trying to put out the energy, and they were coming up. I didn't catch it with them coming up to the glass because that was too long. But I love them so much. I hope everybody was able to get something out of this. Look, I could have done a whole thing on the psychology of perception itself, but that would have been a whole thing. But in the community page, I'll probably put a poll up for the next thing. If there's anything you want to talk about, even if it's fun or if it's a person, whatever it is, let me know. I love and appreciate you all so much. Nobody even said anything about these crazy wings. Thank you all for coming. You are all lovely and beautiful. Thank you, my mods. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you. You always take your time. Now I can't get these off. You always take your time and help me out. You are precious and I appreciate you. Sometime soon in the next month or so, I'm going to see if I can get your addresses so I can send you something special for the holidays. My mods, my mods. But thank you, Shay B. Thank you, Willow. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Miss Marie Crum. Paranormal Witch, Willow. I'm glad that you are doing better. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki! Shay B, my buddy. Yes, you are the people when you hang around. I am so fortunate for this community and for all the beautiful people here. I'm fortunate for all the people that are light work. All of you are light workers and you are trying to do the next right thing. You show growth. You show people that you are just beautiful souls and expansive. And I love and appreciate every single one of you. And you in the bushes as well. And those in the replay crew, thank you for all of your love and support. I don't know what I would do without you. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember, go out and perceive things with an open mind. Be objective. And Nikki, thank you for coming too. Be objective and just want the next best thing for yourself. And look at people that way too. Go with a little bit of grace. We might be small, but we are mighty. Yes, our community deviates. I like it when the chaps come in here too. What are they out there doing? Are they having a guys' party? We need to have a ladies' slumber party night sometime and watch a movie. That would be good. We need to vote on a movie one night, but we'd have to do it privately, not on an open thing. We'd have to do it like on a Zoom. That would be good. But anyway, love to you all. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Do what's good for you. Keep healing, Willow. Everybody take care of yourself. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Let's find our good song. It's time to go. It is time to go. I'm not going to do the outro because I still have to change the song on it. Here we go, folks.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the
Big love, everybody.
You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Bye, everybody.
Go. go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, go, still go, 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 still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel